Imagine sailing across a dark ocean for weeks. The wind howls through the sails. The sea stretches endlessly into the horizon. Ahead lies a new world, a land untouched by your people, filled with mystery, danger, and promise. Now imagine arriving there with your family. You build houses, plant crops, raise children. You believe you are creating a future that will last for generations. Then one day, every trace of your existence disappears. Not just one person, not two, an entire community. Men, women, children, gone, no bodies, no survivors, no explanation. Only a single word remains behind, a word carved into wood, a word that would haunt historians for centuries. Croatoan. This is the story of Roanoke, the lost colony, one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in history. To understand the mystery of Roanoke, we must travel back to the late 16th century. Europe was changing rapidly. Great kingdoms competed for wealth, territory, and power. The oceans had become highways to unimaginable riches. Spain had already established a powerful empire in the Americas. Gold and silver flowed back to Europe. Spanish ships crossed the Atlantic carrying fortunes. England watched carefully. The English crown feared being left behind in the race for the New World. At the center of this ambition stood a man named Walter Raleigh. Raleigh was a soldier, explorer, writer, and dreamer. He believed England could build colonies across the Atlantic and challenge Spanish dominance. In 1584, Queen Elizabeth I granted Raleigh permission to establish settlements in North America. For Raleigh, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. Explorers soon identified a promising location along the coast of what is now North Carolina, an island known as Roanoke. The island seemed ideal. Dense forests provided timber, rivers offered transportation, fish and wildlife were abundant. Yet appearances can be deceiving. Beneath the beauty of the landscape lay dangers the English barely understood. Unfamiliar climates, limited food supplies, unknown diseases, complex relationships with Native American tribes. The first English attempts to settle Roanoke struggled almost immediately. Supplies ran low, conflicts emerged, morale collapsed. Several early expeditions ended in failure. But Raleigh refused to give up. He organized another expedition, one that would be different from all the others. Instead of soldiers and adventurers, this group would consist of families, men and women prepared to build permanent homes. Children would grow up there, farms would be established, communities would flourish. In 1587, 117 settlers boarded ships bound for Roanoke. They carried hopes, dreams, and expectations for a better future. Among them was Governor John White, chosen to lead the colony. White was not simply an administrator. He was an artist and observer who carefully documented the world around him. He believed Roanoke could succeed where others had failed. For a brief moment, it seemed he might be right. The settlers arrived. Homes were built. Life began to take shape. Then came a moment that would later become deeply symbolic. On August 18, 1587, a baby girl was born. Her name was Virginia Dare. She became the first English child born in the New World. To many settlers, Virginia represented hope itself. A new generation, a new beginning, a new future. But history often hides its darkest chapters behind moments of optimism, and the darkness was already approaching Roanoke. Within just a few years, every man, every woman, and every child in Roanoke would disappear. When help finally returned, the colony was gone. No bodies, no graves, no signs of a battle. Only a single word remained: Croatoan. What happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? The search for the answer begins in part 2.